We've got 3 tips to consider on what is a priority while grieving after the loss of your baby. Let's get started. Tip number 1, decide who and what is most important. When you are just coming home from delivering your baby and are in the reels of grief, it can be hard to get a grasp on what is going on and what needs to be taken care of. The answer? It's you. Ultimately, you need to take care of you. Otherwise, you won't be able to adequately care for your family or anything else. Focus on your recovery, getting rest, which we have an episode on. You can click or tap on the card above. Get good nutrition, and also allow yourself to grieve the loss of your baby. It's also your family, your spouse or partner, if you have children at home or even pets to take care of. They, of course, are just as important, but it shouldn't be all up to you to take care of everything. We'll leave that there for now. You'll have to stick around for tip number 3.
That's right. So the second tip that we have is to understand your limitations. Physically, you have some restrictions as to how much you can actually do. Emotionally, this can be very challenging. So what may have been a simple task beforehand may be a rather difficult one now. Grief not only affects you emotionally, but affects you physically also. There's fatigue, aches, pains, and forgetfulness. Saying yes and saying no is also important. It takes practice saying this for yourself, but it's important as you physically recover and as you are living through the grieving process. Stick around, we'll get to the third and final tip in just a second.
Hi, I'm Tony, and this is Jeff Brabeck, the founders of Our Little Sparrows. Jeff and I hope that you are getting value out of this episode and invite you to stick around for our next weekly podcast.
The third and final tip: be open to help. In recognizing you can't do it all, it's okay to ask for help. Ask from your spouse, your family, your friends, your neighbors. Many people want to help, but don't always know how to help or how to ask. And you may not even know what to ask for. And that's part of the process, is figuring all that out. It's okay to say that you need something specific. It's not a bad thing. The priority should be centered around you and your family's journey of healing together.
Understanding what is important, understanding our limitations, and asking and accepting for help can provide you the time and space you need to further your recovery, both physically and emotionally. It shows that you have a community around you that longs to support you and your family. This isn't forever, and one day you may be able to support another family in their time of need as you have been supported. We hope you found this episode helpful, and we want you to know you are not alone. You are loved. Your baby will always be cherished, and we are here to support you in any way we can.
If you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up so that other families can find Our Little Sparrows YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so that you can get updates when we release our new weekly podcast. Comments and questions, please leave them below the video. Tony and I love chatting and answering your questions. If you're watching us in the replay, you can watch our next weekly podcast by clicking or tapping above. And if you click or tap below, you can go deeper in one of our grief series, The Pregnancy Journey, grieving from diagnosis to the loss of your baby and beyond. Thank you for joining us.